Hey guys, so it's been a while since I recorded, and you can see the date and time there. But this is the only time I have available in order to record this. So let's see what we have. We have this enable edit, which is not set. That's why we have this error. So let's actually go and start fixing that. So okay, this is the problem, the button which doesn't have the function still. So let's go to posted component.ts and let's add that functionality. So let me just minimize my OBS and get the code in my other screen. Okay, so okay, just let me take a look at this. As I said, it's been like a week since I recorded the last part, but it's time to continue with this, so that's why I'm actually doing this right now. So we need this function, we need the first, sorry, since that is a form, okay, we will need to require, or we will need to set this form, the edit form with new form group and the title, content and cover, which all those have the required value. So let me just get the enable edit, copy that, and I'm going to move a little quickly with this. I know, I'm sure you know why. So let's say public enable edit, which is the edit mode. So let's save that and let's see if this is okay. Let's cancel that and say ng serve. So let's see. Actually, it's kind of taking a little bit in order to do it. I don't know why, but let's wait for this. So meanwhile, this is trying to load. I'm going to continue and I'm going to add the other parts that we need to do. So let's type this functionality, which is the public async delete post, which we're going to continue later. Okay, so let's just get that there. So this one is for delete the post, and let's add above this one edit the post. So this is the only this is what it's going to do is just toggle the form, which is going to allow us to edit the post. So let's say public again async edit post, and this is going to take from data, but not like this but like this, and we're going to say that that is a type post, and we will add everything in a second. Let's see if this thing is okay. We need to refresh, and Akita Firebase is already working. Okay, so remember that with this version of Angular, every error, or what is going to happen is that Angular is going to check if every instance is set correctly, and that's why we're receiving those errors in the beginning of the series. And with this, because those parts are not set, and now is kind of more strict in that way. So let's click this one. Okay, we have a little CSS issue there, but we will fix that. So if I say edit post, you can see that now it just toggles the edit mode, the variable we have set, but it's not doing anything. So let's get back to the code and go to the post component. So we still don't have the edit from there, so let me just go to my post component there, and let me just grab this one. Okay, so let me just give me a second. So that is the loading, and okay, I got it. Let's paste this. So all these, okay, just let me move. Okay, so this tip is actually this one. Okay, let me just move all this. Well, I think you should be able to see that. If not, well, you will have the code. So this is the form which is going to go to this edit post and is going to send or grab the values of the form. So let's save this and let's take a look. Edit post, and you can see that now we have that form. What is going to happen now that we are checking if the edit mode is set, and that's why we have this functionality, okay, that is toggling the form. We have done this several times, so we already have the loader, and we should have, okay, so we have the is busy, okay, what is going to happen here, let me just, okay, indent that we're going to use the busy variable, and this one is going to be set when we update the post, so we don't have the form there, so we will show something else. Okay, so let's save that, and okay, we have everything there. So but so far, let me just say so far we only have, okay, the inputs, but those are empty. What we want is to get the values of the post and place them as the values of the of the inputs. So just give me a second. Post service. No, it's not the post service. Sorry, that was my phone. Post component. Okay, so we will need to have. Okay, so remember that we have this place here because we need to grab the information from the get post in order to add it inside the inputs. So this is where we are going to do it, and the way we're going to do it is simple. We're going to say this edit form, let's paste it, set value. We're going to set the values for all those to the title, content, and all cover. So let me just show you something. Okay, so this is the post. We have the title, content, and the file for the cover. So let's save this, and let's save this, and let's see. Okay, so now let me just go back. If I go again, click this one, and I say edit post, you can see we have the values here. What is the problem? That when we refresh, we don't have those. It's the same problem that we had with the wiping out of the information from Akita. So what we need to do is just, we already have that functionality implemented, so we only set again the form here too, just like that. So remember that I'm using X because I'm lazy. Okay, you can say post data or something like that, but I'm just going to say set X there and get the values that are inside that X. Okay, remember that those are coming from Akita and first from Firebase. So let's remove this space here, save this, and go back. Okay, edit post, and you can see we have this, and of course that refreshed. But let's take another look, and we have that. And if we go back, then we can just click another one, and we will get the information from that post. Okay, so far so good. Now, so let me just grab we just check what else we need. We already have the edit post and delete post. So let me just go to my post service here and also in my other code. So let me see what we have. We have the upload image. Okay, but I forgot something here. I forgot the handle input. Yep, let me just go back because remember that we're going to handle the file, so we need that function. Okay, we can just set this one in a utils service and just grab it from there instead of pasting all this, and you know how this is. So you could just refactor this in order to set it into another service that is just an auxiliary service. So you can set all your auxiliaries there, and this function, which is just grabbing the files, the file is getting that inside that image, and then just setting the value of that. Well, we're just consoling, but this is going to pass actually through the function and check if we have a file or not, and then upload it and set everything in Firebase, as we did with the create of the post. So now let me just check. Okay, what we have to do. Okay, so I was checking this one, sorry. So we have already the connection, the get, which is okay. The get is not being used. Okay, we have this new function, or the function that we created, that is get post entity with the ID, which that is getting the specific object from Akita. We have the add, we have the update, and we have the remove. Okay. But of course, you will see that this is not actually something that we need. Okay, of course, we need to remove the instances from Akita and update those, but we need to manage a Firebase also. So just yeah, let's just move on with this. So in fact, let's just do something. Let's just go with the remove, and then we will go with the update, because the update could have some errors. Okay, so I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it could take a little bit more to address that, just because I just need to check a few things before. But okay, so let me just remove this. Let's actually tackle the remove, because if we go back and say edit post, we have this delete post, and if I click this, we have the function. That's why we're not showing an error, but the function is not doing shit. Or sorry, it's not doing anything. Sorry, I shouldn't. Sorry about that. So well, what I'm going to do is just to. We need to do a few things here. We have the ID, and we will need to set the image, which is going to come from a string, then, or which is going to be a string, sorry. Then what we're going to do is to set the reference to the storage. From there, we will create a new function. I'm just going to copy and paste this and move a little faster. Sorry, that was a typo. Image. So we're going to say storage ref child. So we're going to get the child with this name, okay, and delete it. Then we're just going to say console log image deleted, and if we have an error, we're going to catch that. From there, what we're going to do is just say, let me just make this bigger so you can see. Okay, it's not assignable. Okay, so that is a little issue with typings. So we set ID as any, and this is going to work. Okay, you can further refactor this to make it more strict, but right now this is the only thing we need. So we're going to say this Firebase collection to the posts, the specific ID or the specific document. We're going to delete that, and then the response is going to first, after we deleted that from Firebase, we're going to remove, using the ID we have, the object from our store. Okay, so we have everything set, and then we're just going to say console.log post remove, and that is all. So if we have an error, we're going to catch that, and let me just make that the way it was. So let's actually test this. So now you can see that this is something that most of the times you will want to show the updated information. That's why I'm calling again the information. Okay, and sometimes you will need to refresh the page because some APIs or some services will require you to update the page, okay, to refresh the page, and of course you don't want your data to be wiped out. That's why I'm setting again all that process in order to retrieve the information back again. So now if I say delete post, okay, it's not going to happen because I forgot to do this. So now what we're going to do here, let me just refresh my memory. Yeah, so let's type this await, and the functionality we have here, we have done this before except for this, which is deleting from the post store, which is Akita. Okay, the rest is just the things we have done with Firebase. So yeah, so await this that post service, which is of course the instance. Let me just get that. Okay, which is this class, which is handling the Akita store. So from there we look for the function we want, which is the remove function, and here we say post ID. Now we need to pass, remember that we set, let me just grab this, make this a little bigger. We have the remove here, and we set the ID and the image. We need to pass the ID. Okay, so the ID is inside this, that current ID. Okay, so let me just say post ID. We can set this as any for now. Oh, it's a string, sorry. We set this as a string, and this at post service remove, we are passing the ID, and sorry, this is this that current post that file ref. Okay, remember that the file ref is the reference from the image inside Firebase. So now we say this that router that navigate, and okay, it's been a while since I work with Angular. Like I've been working with PHP, so I'm kind of and yeah. So okay, we have this delete post, which again is going to go to this post service inside this remove. Okay, I'm calling that. Yep, here is the line. Okay, in case you didn't see that, and we're going to create a reference from the store or from the storage, delete the image, catch any error if we have an error, and then go directly to the collection and check the ID and remove that from the collection inside Firebase. And after that, we remove that ID from Akita. So let's save this and let's try it. It's refreshing, and again, it's pretty nice that we have the information back again. Okay, so if I say delete post, title of undefined, okay, which line, post component TS 68, post component TS 68, okay, title of undefined. So let me say console.log x. Okay, we don't see that, but let's take a look at maybe this one. And okay, we don't have anything. Let's refresh. 64, line 64. Let me just take a look at that. So this is working, okay, but I think I know what is the error. So let's say edit post and let's say delete post. Okay. So the actual error that is going on here, suppose remove image deleted. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay, now it should say 69. It says on post component.ts. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so let me just go here. It opens on my other screen. Let's say Firebase. Just give me a second in order to check that everything is working fine, because what this could be is that it's reading again the store and trying to check, because this is the first thing it checks, the title, then the content, then the cover. It's saying, hey, we don't have this defined, but that is already gone at that point. So let me just take a look at, okay, we have that here. So let me just go to the database. So we have only 4. Okay. Okay, just let me go back. We have this one just for fun, and this is the title. Okay, new behavior subject and my new post. Okay, so everything seems to be fine there, and that could be actually, yeah, we have only 4 images. That could be the error that at this point is checking again when it's rebuilding this, is checking that we have, well, it checks faster than what it refreshes, so that could be the error. So actually that is not a big deal. So it means that only it's not seeing that, but then is that seems to be the case. Okay, let me just delete one more. Okay, this one, and say edit post and delete post. Okay, we have 2 errors there, title and title of undefined, post component 47. Let me see that here. 47. Yep, that seems to be the case. It doesn't show very well, but okay. This one, you can see where we have this function when we have the ID undefined or not undefined. So this is the handling So yeah, that seems to be the case, that is not refreshing at time, and that is showing the error, but actually we have everything working correctly. And if I go back again, okay, we have 4 here so far. Let me refresh. This is only going to work if I refresh. Okay, you can see we only have 3, and if we go to the database, we have 3, or we should have 3. Yep, you can see that everything is working. It's just that lack of sync with the store and Firebase, that second on which we don't have the data yet. That's why it's taking that from the store and saying, hey, we don't have this, because the error is happening when we are getting redirected to this page. Okay, so in the next video we're going to check now the edit, because that could have some problems, because we have some issues with the create. And the final video is going to be about setting all the stylings and handling the routes and all that. Okay, so yeah, so thanks again guys, and see you in the next one.